What you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the pool is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got two toolies of my own, I don't need a gat. Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop that you gonna have to go through both. That swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gift.
All right. It's Monday night, the night after WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. You're here. It's 421 for all my weed smokers that got through the day yesterday and they up right now, probably rolling one up, rolling the old fatty blaze, another one for your boys here at the knockout hour. But you can see right here, I'm fired up like a southern preacher because we're going to take it to church today. And yesterday for Easter, hallelujah, coming yesterday. Jesus rose from the dead, and he is alive, ladies and gentlemen. That's why he is my Lord and Savior and my partner right here. Ladies and gentlemen, you are back once again for the Knockout Hour. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Knockout Hour. TKO here, the notorious one, the biggest one. Your mama and them love them. They're favoring them, you know what I'm saying? And it's my man, Snooty, Foxx, ladies and gentlemen.
As always.
Foxx said, yeah, for the ones out there understand that he's the man with the master plan, and he got
you
those
better
hands.
know it.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. But here on the Knockout Hour, ladies and gentlemen, we're glad that you joined us. Like we said last week, we fired up. We had an amazing weekend of wrestling. We had NXT Stand and Deliver. We'll get to that. We had WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2, following with some additional news of so much that happened. If you didn't watch WrestleMania, well, tough titty. Because you didn't watch the show today. Because it's like this, man. You got to be living under a rock, or maybe you had to work this weekend or something. I don't know. So if you don't want any spoilers, just listen very low, because I still want you to listen. Yeah. But at the same time, turn them up. But at the same time, man, we got an exciting, absolutely fun show today. Now, we're going to sit here and before we get started with all this news this week, when it primarily comes down to it, the Knockout Hour, we give you guys the best combat sports news that happened in the previous week. But this week, exclusively, we're going to call this the WrestleMania review show. You know what I'm saying? Because like me and my friend Snooty Foxx here are professional wrestlers in the independent scene in North Carolina. And what we do out here is, again, same thing we just see on TV, product-wise. It's just we're not signed to a major production or anything that has exclusive contract rights. You know what I'm saying? So we can do what we please.
That's
you know
right.
But at the same time, too, man, most importantly, we also are several other things than just professional wrestlers. And so I will kick it to Snooty Foxx to let you know what happened in his previous week and to give you the details that went down.
Man, my week was really it started off low key, man, just doing the work, the family thing, man. You know, of course we had Easter just passed. I did the Easter egg hunt deal, cookout with the kids. But prior to that, man, I had a pretty serious incident that happened with my daughter, and you know, it kind of sucked the wind out of me. And I was laying in the bed and I heard a loud boom, and I'm like, oh, they done knocked some other shit over. You know what I'm saying? Like they done broke something. And then I'm hearing the conversation between my son and then, you know, my middle daughter. And so I'm like, there's some communication going on. Everybody all right? And then I hear him taking off, running back to my room. And my daughter done passed out in the bathroom and then whacked the head loud enough for me to hear it on the other end of the house on the tub. And so, of course, I rushed her to the hospital, man. Thank God. You know, she okay. She got a concussion, you know, trying to be like a daddy, you know, concussed. But, you know, she good. Again, thank God. And, man, that was definitely a nerve-wracking time, man, and super stressful.
I hate to hear that happen, but however, God intervened and he made sure the baby girl was good. That's the most important thing, because, again, God is the ultimate healer. He is our Lord and Savior. And, I appreciate you sharing that with us. We thank you. I would say for me, it was dad duty all week because my kids are on spring break. They go back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Hallelujah. But no, it wasn't a bad thing, honestly. My kids are kind of like, they do their own thing. You know, they're roadblocks. My other daughter, she draws a lot. They being the owner of the world. So for me, it's kind of like unless they want something to eat or need something, I'm just kind of in the house, right?
Right.
But at the same time, when it comes to work for an internet company, we sell fiber internet with Brightspeed, as well in conjunction with JA Solutions. That's my boss in them. But that's where Wavy and Matt Stacks come in. They're not here this week, or they may join. We'll see what happens.
Right.
Also, really quick, everybody would like to send prayers to Matt Stacks' family. I'm not going to disclose what it is, but again, just send prayers out to Matt Stacks. If you always listen, you enjoy them, please. They don't need your prayers. But the main thing is that I was able to make the most sales in a week than I ever had.
Bingo.
So boom,
boy.
it's up there.
Congratulations,
You know
my
what I'm
dude.
saying?
Hey,
I'm about to have to play some OJ.
man, you might have to.
$1 No, but
Do it.
I'm about to play that when I get off of here. But anyway, man, no, it was just my experience out there is kind of weird. It's like I didn't listen to where we have a leader in our group, got years of experience, but he also makes that money.
Right.
And so it's one thing to look like more. Hey, that's
Y'all
what this
better
is,
stop
man.
playing.
Hey, what I'm talking about. Hey, it's on, baby. Because when I get that paper, it's gonna be on and popping, baby. So all I can say is too, hey, if I go out and have this week, I'm gonna have in my mind that I already claimed. 8 is going to be again. I'm past that. I'm going to get 8. Right.
You're going to do it.
But like, let me double that up, and you can see Icon coming back like next week. I'm not
tomorrow.
I'm just playing, y'all. But no, in this neighborhood, man, the one thing I found out is it's one thing with sharing information with these people to let them know about signing up for a better, faster, reliable service. Please check out brightspeed.com. Or hit your boy up, TK. You'll see the email below if you want to get signed up. If it's in your area, holler at me. But the thing is that you kind of are like a detective, right? Because people at first they don't want to be open to you, right? Because naturally, this is how the world is. I'll just be realistic. Somebody came to my door, yeah, I'm gonna be like a visible wall, right? Yep. And then over time, as you identify, okay, let's see if you got an issue. We find that out through again a strategical way. You have to kind of place things together in your mind to make it make sense. So what I know is power. To know that I can be able to change your situation with your billing to save you money in the long term. The real thing is you have to get their trust again in a small amount of window long enough for you to be able to give them at least some time to think about it. Right now, let's say with those good folks, they invite you to sit in, and I done getting pound cakes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you ain't getting invited.
Yeah, man, you get invited in. You're like, come on in, baby. Okay. You know, that's when you're good. So at that point, it's really, again, those people at that point, they let you come in their home. It's a thing like my goat, Elliot. We're going to have him on here soon. Okay. Elliot, you'll see his swag, man. You'll see his style. He's a sports aficionado. He said he loves wrestling as well. But one thing he says is, though, if you're outside the house, you're a pest. But if you're inside, you're what? You're a guest.
Oh, I like that.
So when you know that, again, it's like if you look at your life, everybody, and when you look at the room you have in your life, if you allow somebody in there that's bringing that positivity, they're a guest in your mind, right? Right. But if there's negativity, then that's why they're outside. I heard what you had to say. I like your presentation, but you know what? I'm good for right now. You have a good day, sir or ma'am. That right there could be the same way how somebody can interpret it into your life. So when you think about life, allow life to sell you a purpose and a reason, because something attacking you is already going to break you down. They already know how they're going to break you down. The real question is, are you smart enough to know when they are a guest or they are pest? And we're going to turn that into OC from NC. He got a hit right here. We got the hip hop spotlight. It's OC from NC. He's going to have, again, he had one of the amazing events this past weekend, Strips and Grits. Shout out to my Dukes, Linda Gaddis, for her birthday. Linda Taylor, we love you. And so, yeah, we're going to play one of his hit songs tonight, and only one because we got a lot of wrestling to talk about. We're going to play Black Metallica from OC from NC. Let's hear it.
Girls want head. See how quiet it got? They told me Black Phillip wouldn't work. He pulled me out the
dirt, like what's the word? I'm the nigga with the work. Wait, you probably heard about him. Call low to get merch, you get herb about him. Call Black Phillip when you want a CERN ballot. I make an earn out it. They still tracking my return data. They already know when the GOAT coming. Dope boys, dope running, trying to go fund it. Wait, just keep punching till they don't run it. The flow hunted, the ghost got doom in it. Move in it like we in the house, but a room in it. Loom in it, the shine from the moon hit it. Zoom in it, peep the design. You see the grooves in it. You see why I pissed Neil off for 2 minutes? Wait, wait, I'm God getting his wheel off for 2 minutes. Wait, we mastered the P's, we gave it new limits. Wait, losing my brother was a shocker though. Turn to the Zulu, let's see what Shaka know. Mama been telling me my chakra low, but shit selling, so I got to go. Got the glow, let them know for a couple of bands, niggas will rock and roll. Hey. My nigga, you're not the GOAT, official. Nigga, we ain't even a band. As soon as we land, start looking for Metallica. Hey, if you see we leaving the land, it's me and the band. Looking for Metallica, my nigga, look. We already got a drummer, he know everybody number. We just looking for Metallica. Hey, we probably get it for the steel. Tell him put us on the bill with Metallica. Wait, you know my cousin hate flying. He more accustomed to the iron or walk through customers in a line. Get him accustomed to a time, that's a walk through a custom of the times. Wait, they just finna bust another rhyme, I can flip modes. I'm Tim Duncan on the big goals. Wait, my pen jumping if you didn't know. You say a bunch of niggas spitting though, we ain't tryna hear it, cuh. A spirit bomb, clear your spirit up. And leave a nigga hearing us like he here with us. Hear the bug from the first person, first placing, first take 'em. The old basement, the old basic. He'll let everybody go, then flow in a full house, but it's Oasis. It's cause your phone wouldn't pair in the Matrix. It's record players on the spaceships. Wait, look, nigga, we ain't even a band. As soon as we land, should be looking for Metallica. Wait, if you see we leaving the land, it's me and the band. Should we looking for Metallica, my nigga? Wait, we already got a drummer, he know everybody number. We just looking for Metallica. Wait, we probably get it for the steel.
A nigga tried to rob me in New York about a month ago. Now, wasn't that dumb? A nigga gonna stick up a black man. It is a difference.
Yep, and you heard it right there. You heard it right there. My man, my homie, my partner in them, OC from NC. Ladies and gentlemen, that was OC from NC with Black Metallica. He had a great event this past weekend, Strip and Grits 2025. It was a hit, success. They was out there killing it. I've seen videos. I was not able to be there, unfortunately, as I was doing my duty of working and watching wrestling. But anyway, the main thing is, guys, if you want to be able to hear more of his tracks, please go to Spotify, Apple Music, and other sites to see him. Next week, we're going to change up how we listen to the hip-hop artist spotlight. However, if you're an artist and you think that you would get your track spun on this here station right here, you think you got the juice, you think you got the sauce, you know what I mean? You got that like OC be having, then please hit us up at iconprofessionalwrestling.tko@gmail.com.
That's right.
All right. Normally, this will be the good old combat time when it comes down to MMA and boxing. But as I stated last week, I'm going to state this week, it's all about that wrestling. All right.
That's right.
Let's start off with this. So, WWE, when it comes down to WrestleMania, it's the show of all shows, the
That's
Night of
right.
Immortals.
The biggest night.
The biggest night. You're correct, man. Because people have to realize it's not just for the product, again, at the top of the hill. It's for everybody else because it flows down to the other companies
That's right.
that's not financially successful as them, right? Let's just say that. Because other people determine success by so many different ways. And so I would say that for us, as independent wrestlers, right? I think when I see people amongst myself with the same locker room, same shows, be able to be out there in Las Vegas, right? I know that they're making more money that night than they probably ever
That's
made in
right.
the business.
That's
That right there speaks volumes.
It does.
Because us as independent workers, to be realistic, we don't have unions. We don't have where we put everything into a collective pot every year like the NWA of old or nothing like that. We as performers take a chance, take a risk every time we go out to go wrestle.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We put on a risk because all this ain't guaranteed. You know, the glitz and glamour of the WWE and AEW and other promotions at the top level and organization, God bless them to have what they have, and that's very fortunate. But I would say that every person in those locker rooms, see, that's why I don't talk. We don't talk down, excuse me, on the talent and or the workers behind the scenes so much when it comes down to the one putting their bodies at risk because again, you are the commodity,
That's right.
right? Like
I totally agree.
if these performers wasn't able to perform at a high level, right, then you'll get watered down talent, meaning to say that their skills is not made for the levels of where they should be. A lot of people can say that. So when you look at to say independent wrestling, that's the lifeblood of where you get your big stars today.
That's exactly where you come from, and I mean everybody on the big leagues right now has in one shape or form been in independence, and like that's where you get your reps at,
hmm
and that's where you learn all the stuff that you need to know to make it big when you get up there.
Absolutely, man. Because there's some exceptions to the rule. There are some very
Yeah,
fortunate
yeah.
that and we'll get into that later because there was a conversation that we had or a comment made by Killian Cross that I did enjoy. It can go both ways, you know. But yeah, I would just say like to start off, man, it's normally where on the 420 weekend I'll be in DC enjoying myself at the Great Cannabis Cup every year. I've been there 4 years. This year, however, we did not go because I wasn't wrestling and because WWE put WrestleMania on our weekend,
Yep.
not
It was over.
not 420 weekend, not Easter, my weekend that I could go out and do some hood rat shit with my hood rat friends.
I swear to God.
You know what I'm saying?
Boy,
But nah, man, that's cool. I still was able to again. I had a good time. There wasn't no
that's
problem
all
with
it's
that.
about, man. No matter what you do.
But I would say like people like BK Westbrook. Uh, that's my boy. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Shout out.
shout out
BK.
to LeBron Cozo.
Oh
I
man,
would say shout out to him as
doing big things.
another independent wrestler, black owner that also has produced so much talent like Jackson Drake that you will see in WWID. You will see talent like this past Saturday, Javon Evans,
Boy,
a
say that.
20-year-old from this
I
here state,
watched him
North
as a
Carolina,
Ooh.
rise to the top of the ladder in a short window to
Swear to
have
God.
an opportunity to stand and deliver. Oh, so close. I mean, bro, we're gonna get into that, but I would like to say thank you, LeBron. Thank you, BK. Thank you for others in North Carolina that went out there and showed out, and to all the independent guys that and ladies that perform. We love you guys, and we're glad that y'all went out there and killed it this week. And now it's that big moment after wrestling, because like the night after WrestleMania on Raw, please check it out. It's a fired up time for us.
I
You know what I
swear.
mean? That's like, and I'll get into it later why I'm really fired up. But man, what a great way to start the show, man. Just knowing that we're gonna have all wrestling talk tonight.
That's
You
it.
know what I mean? Nothing against the
Our
other
favorite thing.
yeah.
Our favorite thing.
Like nothing against MMA and all that, but hey, let the boys be boys, right? So we're gonna get into some good stuff. So we went ahead and watched NXT Stand and Deliver 2025. I knew it was important that I need to get back into NXT vibes. I love it. I like it. We're gonna start trying to get that more back into the show. NXT is a very good thing because we got to know the talent. We got to support them now in order for them to get to
where they need to be.
exactly.
That's right. That's
Exactly.
Right. Same.
So if we ain't showing love to the boys and girls now, then they'll never be. Slide that over. Boom. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. So for us, let's go ahead and start off with when I wrote down and I was able to see as I try to keep up. Next time when I'm watching the pay per view, I'm actually going to like write my notes as I go, but I can still remember it. And we will get to the predictions because I also had that down too. And we'll get to the winner of that as well. All right. So with Stand and Deliver, we got this right here. The number one contenders elimination match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match this Tuesday on NXT tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So you're gonna start off with Meta Girls. You have Last Legend and Jerrica Jackson. They went against Fatal Influence Fallon Haley and JC Jane against Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan versus Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. Now the thing is, your winners, and with the opportunity of going for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, that will be announced later. Who it is, by the way. is Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan. I think that was dope. Great match. I've seen it, man. Wow, what a great audience. I would like to say that. What I would like to say is to think about the question I really have for everyone that was going to join or not. But if you guys want to write a comment or so, let's do this. But the question I had was, do you think the right team won the match? I will start off to say that I believe that yes, they got the right team, and the reason why they got the right team is because Gigi Dolan is a proven veteran in the NXT locker
That's
room,
right.
along with Tatum Paxley as well. I do see that, like say Roxanne Perez being called to the main roster soon, Cora Jade possibly as well. So I see that it really gonna make more sense because also Meta Girls is on SmackDown working in NXT, and Fatal Influence seems to be going in different directions. So I do think this is the best possible matchup for the championship match tomorrow.
I totally agree.
Yes, sir. And so we got the North American Championship match between the champion Ricky Starks versus the All Ego Ethan Page, and your winner was, excuse me, Ricky Saints. That
Yeah,
is
it's
Ricky
a little
Saints.
switch in there.
Right, Ricky Saints. So with that being said, he retains the title. These two guys right here, this may be like one of those things where we may get accustomed to it because AEW, we can see the future of their company. Starting to seem like it's the sales are turning,
Yeah.
right? A lot of the contracts that they had signed to try to keep people so they wouldn't jump the fence is now seeming to seem where, in my opinion, Tony Khan is starting to turn into what Vince was, or what he alluded to. A lot of that talent trying to say Vince was.
I swear to
That's
God.
what Tony Khan's becoming because the thing is, Ricky Saints and All You Go Ethan Page were really good young hot talent in AEW. However, Tony dropped the ball because I think they were destined to be in WWE because they know how to tell stories, and that's where
They
uh
lack that.
yes, AEW has
They
no
lack that.
storytelling
I
whatsoever.
swear, it's just
None.
like drop you in the match and then just do your thing.
Yeah, absolutely
And
no
that's
storytelling. Not gonna
insane.
excuse this.
Man, it's insane because it's like, especially when you got two people who can do just what you said.
Hmm.
Like, why would you not build to get to as high as you can go? You know what I
Right.
mean? It
Right.
just it don't make sense to me. And like you said, they definitely dropped the ball, man, and they in a better place now, and I feel like things are going to change.
All right, I'm gonna ask you. It's like a two-parter because one will lead to the other. You have worked for companies before as independent wrestler, knowing that um, you may have heard a reputation about the place, whatever you want to. You reached out and you worked for them. Let's say that when you're in a locker room, don't you feel a presence sometimes? You kind of know when you feel like somebody's in charge at an independent promotion just as well as anywhere else. You kind of know who's the boss
Yeah,
around there, right?
you can definitely feel that, man. It's I mean, you don't even got to think about it too long. It's just like, all right, that's the guy. You know what I mean? Or this is
Hmm.
the person who even if they're not in charge, it's the person who's trying to shot call from the locker room. You got those people too. You know what I mean? Who can influence the book or the promoter. Um. So yeah, it's definitely easy to pick them out.
So I would say that that's great that you're saying that because you're right. It's kind of like you would see the boss because any real champ will be where they need to be. What's up,
What
Ralph? How
up,
you doing, big
Ralph?
dog?
What's cracking?
What's happening? What's happening? Appreciate you joining the Knockout Hour.
Yes, sir.
We enjoy you. Appreciate you. But you can leave a comment, share anything you would like on here.
Please do.
Keep it positive, of course, if you can. But however, man, we just sitting here rocking and rolling, talking about some wrestling. But we thank you for joining. But the other part of it is too. So my question would be is, do you think? Because again, this is our opinion. Do you think Tony Khan is the? Do you think Tony Khan has the respect and trust of the locker room, or you think they kind of tend to be, like I said, alluded to earlier, we kind of do our own thing. We're gonna get our check and go home.
Right. I mean, and that's exactly what I think. I feel like they getting paid by this guy, and they gonna accept, even if they know it's not the way that they should move. I feel like they gonna take it because they getting a check from him until they can figure out a bigger and better check. Um, I don't agree with that because it kind of follows you throughout your career. But I feel like that's what's happening because I don't think that nobody's like, oh, let me go into this with no, story at all.
I would say this: if you want to pay me to just do something in wrestling, and again, it doesn't call me to like be beyond like my like being hurt physically. You can pay me that money, baby. DC, hit my music. No. Oh no, I put it like this. AEW, by all means, I'm not talking down. Give me a call. I go out there. That's exactly right. That's what. Hey, thank you, DC. That's what I'm saying. To me, it's the money game, baby. Because to me, I have integrity, right? I have integrity. What up, cuz? Hey, that's a cuz. Hey, that's Icon Pro cuz. Everybody watching the show.
Know.
For sure.
What up, though?
Yes, sir. But I would say, like, nah, man, I'm out that money, baby. I mean, because again, it's a fine line, and I understand what you mean because the problem with Tony Khan is he's not a wrestler's wrestler, right? So when you be in the locker room, let's say in my show, right? You kind of tend to everybody know me. I'm like, hey, you know your purpose. We done probably already talked about it, but I picked you and or we're working with you because I believe that I know that you can get the job done. I wouldn't have to be on your back about it. What I envision, I think you are there with me on it. You know what I'm saying? So when I book people in my locker room, I book them off again, knowing that I seen them work. I know that what the way they kind of get the crowd going, stuff like that, right? So with somebody like Tony Khan, he's probably more of a cheerleader. Come on, boys, let's do it. Let's have a good show. No, that's not what you need in a locker room. You need direction. You need guidance. I need to be able, like, hey, if I got something in my mind or me and my partner and them is trying to work something out, I need somebody for guidance, right? Right. Now, let's say I'm not at that place. What happened more than not, right?
Yeah.
I bet, cuz we definitely need to, man, for sure. But definitely, man, I love you, cuz. But I would say that, yeah, man, like I worked more shows where you just going to go work, and I don't have no problem with that because sometimes they allow you to be more creative, more fun, work some stuff out you didn't get to work out because in other places you're gonna have to bring your A game. You know, you're gonna have to show up to show out. Other times I don't mind being somewhere where I can get my paycheck, but I'm still gonna give you my all. It may not be for what you expect to be, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be realistic, y'all. If it's a crowd of 1 to 1,000, I'm going to work the same way. That's one thing for sure, right? What I'm saying to say is my opponent. If you can't wrestle and I know it, I'm not doing nothing with you. You're gonna get a match. But the least of what I'm really gonna do is put myself and compromise all this sexiness for your silly knowing how to wrestle behind. I'm just being real. So a lot of y'all out there y'all need to go to training or you've never been trained, and then you want to get in the ring with me. Bro, I don't play there. Because if it were to be, if you really wanted to fight, you would get that butt whooped. And then if you're in the ring, you want to try me, you would get that butt whooped. So it's just like I don't understand why some people want to play tough guy wrestling where you don't got the first part down. You ain't tough to begin with.
Hey,
I got teeth. I got meat stuck between my missing teeth that's tougher than you, bro. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, a lot of y'all guys got to realize it's like they say the best. Are you here to make friends, or are you here to make championships? Are you here to make friends, or are you here to make checks? And for me, I'm all about that money, baby.
That's right.
So that's what I would say. Like for a lot of guys, that hey, there we go.
Hey,
That's what I'm talking about.
He played mine. I go crazy. Hey, look. Hey, just off what my brother said, man. Hey, look. If you're not ready to be in the ring, boy, please don't get in there with me. Hey, do not get in there with him either.
I know, man. I love DC.
I swear to God,
that was
a
good
perfect time.
but
you will get a whooping. Like for sure.
Yeah, and I think that place can really cultivate. Again, that's our perspective. That I think places like that breed negativity. It brings the talent down. When the talent is demoralized, then you're not gonna get their best
No,
performance.
you're not.
You're just not right. And people in the locker room upset, then it's hard to work out. I think like WWE has a better like where we all in this together.
Yeah.
Rather than I'm here, I got my check, and I'm standing off because I got
right.
me, you know, and I think that's different.
That's right. And then also like a lot of them is traveling the same roads, and every time they move, they're around the same people. You know, in the indies, we run across different people on a regular basis, you know, and you might end up in there with a greenhorn. He think he know everything.
Right.
And then you gotta show him, you know.
Oh yeah. We'll get into that about one of the matches later on tonight.
Good
But
God.
but what I would say, the question too was about Ricky Saints and All Ego Eat the Page. I'm glad y'all stayed with us on that moment. Thank y'all. But the real question I had was, is which one of these two former stars, or if both or one, AEW talent that was former, do you think will be a superstar in the WWE? For me, do I believe Ricky Saints or All Ego Eat the Page will be a superstar on the main roster in WWE one day? Personally, I think they will be on the main roster. I believe Ricky Saints has a better upside. However, if he don't put on the weight, then I don't see it. And it's not
definitely gotta pick it up.
Yeah, I think he got to put some weight. And then here we go to body shaming. Let's be realistic. I've been in the gym busting my tail recently because you got to look like a champ if you want to be a champ.
Right.
So I don't want to hear this body shaming because again, then how you going to body shame in the industry where you're about half naked out there the whole time?
Right.
And then
Your
you're going to tell
body
somebody
is
not to do it.
everything.
Right.
Your body means everything.
So people get to realize this ain't one of these shows it's like about Lizzo or something where she looks great. But no, you are a performer. And if I'm a talent or like there's somebody else, I'm gonna bring it up and I don't care. And I'm gonna say it. So what? And we're gonna get to that in a minute. But anyway, I believe that Ricky Saints has a potential, but to say would they be mega stars or superstars? No. I do not think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Nothing wrong with it.
It's gonna be some work. I mean, everybody got work to do, you know, moving up the ladder. So, you know,
So to you, man.
we definitely support and encourage y'all to continue moving up and do your thing, you know.
Hey, it's up to you, Chief. But I would say that we're gonna move it along because we had the NXT Tag Team Championship between Faxium and Hank and Tank, and your winners and new, ladies and gentlemen, NXT Tag Team Champions is Hank and Tank. Two big son of a guns out there doing that thing. And they defeated Faxium that been champions for a long time. I think at this moment it was like 2 years of a run. So shout out to Faxium. As I'm pretty sure at this point they'll probably go their separate ways. And we'll see what happens to them. Then you got the women's North American Championship ladder match. It was 6 women. It was Soroka, Zara, Izzy Dane, Thea Hall, what's her name? Kalani Jordan, and Lola Vice. And I think your winner was Soroka. And she, man, one thing I liked about this, and I'll keep it hot, is she did a move where she got this flipping cutter. So she'll run off with something like a sliced bread.
Yeah.
And then she'll flip, and as she's coming down, she catch it with a cutter.
Oh.
It's like it's nasty. It's nice. Bro, she did that to everybody, then climbed the ladder. I was like, thank God. That. Right. A strong, definite win. Like everybody down, and I'm going to go get it. And I like that. So shout out to the agents on that match to put that one together. Because I know y'all didn't think about that. Everybody wants their little special moment. Then you had the D'Angelo family. How you doing? Versus Dark State. And your winners was Dark State because my man Stacks turned on Tony D'Angelo. How you doing?
How you doing?
And it's been building up over the weeks. Tony D'Angelo, check this out about the D'Angelo family. They had a little problem right here with the Dark State. Now Stacks here, right? Stacks, he's right in command. He been having a problem where he been calling stuff as an underboss, and he been getting the approval, right? So then the Paisan right here. Hey, check me out, right? So the Paisan right here.
The Paisan.
So the Paisan, right?
Oh, you got
he
that
sits
down,
there.
right?
Hey, how you doing? And cause I like to watch Sopranos. They got a 24-hour job. I'm about to go back and watch it. But anyway, your boy, he sat there and said, "Hey, how you doing?" He kicked him in the cannolis, right? And then like they lost the match. So, yeah, man, we're gonna see what happens on Tuesday's show because Stack said he'd be back to go ahead and tell him, "Hey, what's gonna happen? How you doing?" So we'll see what happens. How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? Yeah. And that's what we're gonna say about the D'Angelo family. How you doing? So then we had the NXT Women's Championship match between Stephanie Valkyrie, Julia.
He-
You got Jordan Grace and Jada Parker. Miss Parker, Miss Parker.
Miss-
Mm,
Miss
mm, mm.
Parker.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna
Go in there.
Your winner is still champion, Stephanie Valkyrie. Now, what I think next for Jada Parker is anything she wants. I'm playing. But no,
Right, man.
I really think that she will be NXT champion one day. I really
It's
thought she
definitely
was going to
coming, yeah.
win this
I agree.
past show, but it's coming along soon. And who will Stephanie Valkyrie face next? I think personally it's either going to be Jordan Gray straight up or Jada Parker straight up. Maybe we'll see what happens. But I would say this about Jordan Grace. I said a comment on Twitter years ago, right? I don't care. Where again, some people, when you put a picture out there, you say something, you always want something to be what you want it to be. You gotta realize,
Everybody got an opinion.
exactly. And what I say, if it motivated you, so what? You should thank me for your career right now. Because I said something you thought was unflattering, or I said something that I believe to be true. Because now I see the same woman sitting here twerking with no cheeks. And you're proud of that and even
No
talk about it.
cheeks.
That's exactly what the picture was about 4 years ago. Now you sitting here juicing, and you got the nerve to tell me that I'm sitting here as a person watching you that somehow you worked out and just magically that happened, right? Get out of here, bro. You sitting here taking advantage, clearly juicing on national TV, and then you make jokes about your own body, talking about you got no cheeks. You didn't have it then, and I said it 4 years ago. I wasn't wrong. Yet, condemn somebody. Oh, why would you talk about somebody like that? Because we're in the same business. But now you want people to praise you for the same thing now that you see what I'm saying? You need to learn how to take criticism like the rest of us. Because ain't nobody too big or too bold to be able to be told who they are or not. And I'm gonna keep that rolling because you irritate me. That's why I like watch none of the matches you in, because you lame. I'm sorry. I think you lame. You only appreciate when somebody says something you like, but when it's something negative, somebody gotta be wrong with the person, but yet you change. So apparently some people had to be right, then wasn't they? Yeah. Anyway, so you got the NXT championship. You got Obafemi, the champion, and he retained versus Trick Williams and Javon Evans. And Javon, boy, we love you, big dog, man. I'm so
already know
proud of
that,
you.
bro.
I'm so proud of you, young man.
Watch that man grow up, man.
You
In the
talking about
business.
emotional watching that match? Because when I thought you had it, boy. I thought you had it. But we love you, man. We've
It's
seen
coming,
that
though.
kid
It's
since he was
coming.
14, and he is one young OG for sure.
I swear.
Your time is coming, young king. But I
Hold
would
on.
say Trick Williams may be finishing up with NXT after that match as well. We'll see what the path may be for the young OG. But shout out to Obafemi to close the night and stand to deliver.
Definitely.
What a night it was to be. All right, we got WrestleMania Night 1 results and review. So the first match of the show, you had the World Heavyweight Championship match between Gunther and Jey Uso.
You sound really enthusiastic.
Yeah,
Right there.
just as much as his wrestling was that night. Because your winner in new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Jey Uso. Shout out to Jey Uso for winning the match.
He blinking a lot.
That's about it. Because, bro, I never in my life seen the most boringest, lame moves you have ever. How you go from you can't beat somebody to you choking them out? Sloppily at that. Because it was horrible. You didn't even attempt it before the fact you did it. Just choking them. Any thoughts?
I mean, I agree that it was definitely random, but I also would throw in there that I feel like somebody else besides the two of them had something to do with it.
No. See, they wanted to ride the wave of the marketing with the money. Because he's yeeting and all this stuff, right? And then with all this yeeting, it still don't compromise how bad and sloppy you look on TV. How did you get fatter when you're in the gym? Like they show video of him and Braun Breaker working out. I'm like, how did you get a gut and you bench pressing? Like I don't, bro. Like you need to like try a different workout. Maybe like actually probably get on the treadmill will work. But anyway,
Yeet.
Your match was lame. I don't know how you won. Oh, we know how you won.
Yeet.
Because they had to book you to win. Because it didn't make no sense.
Yeet.
And it still don't make any sense why you champ. Because Gunther is still that dude. And so for me, to make me believe that Gunther can get beat by you makes me he can believe anybody can beat Gunther at this point. Because your moves is whack. That whole yeeting crap. You wanted people to take you serious the last 2 weeks, right? Your brother took better, acted better than you did on taking the fade. You can't even act right when you taking the fade, bro. Corny. I'm sorry. Like I thought you were corny before you let the bloodline talking on that main event stuff. You were funny with Sammy. That was great. But then when you wanted to get serious and leave, I'm glad. Thank God you leave. Just be gone. Just be gone. Now y'all just give him a championship because his t-shirt selling. Like I think that's corny. We'll see how long that lasts. Anyway, we have a great match between Jade Cargo and Naomi. A real, actual story going to WrestleMania that made some sense. Because for a lot of people that don't know, Naomi attacked Jade when she was women's tag team champions with Bianca Belair. Over that course of time, Naomi earned the right to be champion with Bianca while Jade was out. Jade came back Elimination Chamber and put a whooping on that girl. A good old whooping.
With a capital H.
A good old whooping. And then it led to unveiling the fact that she admitted she did it for Bianca. So Jay come out again, commenced the whooping they tell. Go back and forth these past couple weeks now. There's the Night of Immortals. Jay Cargo versus Naomi. And your winner, I think we all won. But anyway, Jay Cargo with the win. I think we all won.
Yeah,
but
everybody was winners, that's for sure.
In that match. Husbands and all too. Shout out to the Kings. They got those queens. You know what I mean? Shout out, y'all. Some
Queens also won, I feel like.
I mean, the queens clearly won. I'm talking about the husbands. I mean, because again, shout out to them, respect. Because I'm not trying to talk bash. I'm married. I don't, Because Montez Ford said something this past week. Because he was on the Cameron and May show, and then he was on something else. And somebody said something about like he'll be with Bianca. He was like, y'all get to see what she look like, but I get the chance to see what she tastes like. I mean, I'm the one to get to see what she tastes like. Bro, Bianca's face, she just shook her head like, oh, I know this food is not just. It was kind of off-putting, but shout out to you, King. That's you talk that talk, big dog. That's your one. That's your woman.
Is it the truth or
that's your woman, dog? Shoot, I'll be the same way with my wife. So yeah. Hey, all y'all can look, but you definitely ain't gonna taste.
You ain't gonna taste either.
That's all right. I only one. It's a one person bowl here.
I swear, I'm not sharing.
I'm greedy. Greedy.
Hungry.
Matter of fact, man, eat tonight. But anyway, so do you think Jade was the right call for the win?
I feel like it was time, for that. You know what I mean? I feel like with the way things been going, that I don't see another option. You know what I mean? Like I do, but I don't. You see what I'm saying? Like I feel like it was the moment. The moment made sense for me.
Yes, because a lot of people, and I'm gonna address something. Let's go ahead and do that right now. You internet people, fans, that's why you're a fan, and we appreciate you guys. There's no slight to that, but stop trying to tell us what we should be doing in the ring or what should not. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. What Jade has accomplished in the ring is more than half y'all accomplished in your whole life up to this point. And this is one part of her life. This lady had a whole life. She had a child. She is a wife. She has had a tremendous modeling career that made millions of dollars before she got into this business. She was an accomplished basketball player. She played college basketball.
All kind of shit.
So she transitioned and worked hard to be what she is today. While the rest of you sitting on the couch don't even know how to sit there and push that bag of Pringles away, but you want to tell somebody how they should do a wrestling move. Get this understood. What we do in this ring is live. All right? It's not like you got the remote control like you do at your house right now. You can just go back and look.
No.
See, it's funny to me. Why don't y'all go back to enjoying something instead of being critics? Why everybody think they got a right to, just because you got Facebook, you got social media, that somebody really thinks they listening to you. Just like with us. We enjoy the ones that listen to us every single week. And we love the people that choose not to. That's great. At least you know where you stand, and I ain't got no problem with that. As well as my brother. But I would say for all you keyboard warriors out here, please realize to be respectful when you talk about this woman and the rest of the talent out here. Especially like because I don't like how the funny part about it is you would talk down on her when she had an amazing match at WrestleMania.
Amazing. Like,
Very, very good match. For someone again, y'all say can't wrestle, accomplished more than you ever done. Yet, the thing I find is strikingly weird is Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair was horrible. That match was horrible. Horrible. Sloppy all the way through. I love, and still to this day, Charlotte Flair is my favorite wrestler of all time. But that match was terrible.
It was, and if it's terrible, we're gonna say it.
All right.
We
And
ain't hear shit about that.
yeah. Oh, we don't criticize this and that. Oh, Charlotte being a little too stiff. Yeah, she was. Because she had to. She was a veteran. She had to hone her in. That's why I wasn't mad at what she was doing. I would have too. Yeah, because you know why? Tiffany Stratton, I love you to death, but you ain't ready for the big pay-per-view matches.
No,
You're not.
They put your ass out there.
Yes, you can't. You getting the opportunity what Jade should have already had because you're not. That's not you. This is not your role. It is not. And she dragged you through that match for 20 minutes. You mean to tell me Jade and Naomi worked a solid 12-minute match that made sense? Get out of here. That's why some of y'all, we don't entertain y'all. Y'all say some corny stuff sometimes. We had another match. See, Rey Mysterio got hurt, so they had a replacement. So they brought out Rey Fenix, and he went against El Grande Americano.
Oh man!
And your winner, El Grande Americano. So
I was pretty happy. I felt like that was solid match.
I loved it.
There was a lot going on, but you could keep up with everything. Everything that happened entertained me. It entertained my son, and I'm sure anybody listening, if you watched it, you were entertained. You should have been if you weren't.
Chad Gable keep doing away with that head, but it is hilarious with that dang on interest, bro. I be in tears laughing. And let's address something not racist, okay? It wasn't nowhere close. Here's why. Clearly, the locker room is very inclusive of realizing about people's cultures, being respectful, so on and so forth. They did not intentionally, because you realize he's wearing a mask. There's plenty of luchadors that wear masks, and okay, whatever. It's not racist. I think a lot of people felt that was racist. That is not racist.
Hell no.
Not by any stretch of imagination. But anyway, you had X-Pac do blackface on Monday Night Raw, and you mean to tell me because he wore a mask, he's insulting? And he's insulting Mexican people by wearing them anyway. All right, so then we had, and I think I said my point about Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton. Your winner was Tiffany Stratton. You had Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight for the United States Championship. Your winner was Jacob Fatu. I seen how Cool jumped the gate to celebrate him. The funny thing about that, who gonna stop how Cool get over gate to get to Jacob Fatu?
Exactly. Grab him, you want to.
That was funny to me.
Grab him now.
That was funny. So shout out to the king, the werewolf. Hey, yada mean. You know what I'm saying for Jacob Fatu. Yada mean. And so then we had the men's triple threat match, the main event, night one of WrestleMania. You had Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Paul Heyman out there with the one and only CM Punk. CM Punk came out with Cult of Personality, the live group. I love that. The video package was dope. Your winner, Seth Rollins, with the assistance and turning his back on CM Punk and Roman Reigns. As we cutting short on time, all I can say is tune in tonight to Monday Night Raw. For
pay attention
to know what's going to happen next. I would say that here on the Knockout Hour, we still and always will acknowledge our tribal chief.
What you call it?
Our tribal chief. We always acknowledge him on this show. Shout out to you, King. All right. So we got night 2 of WrestleMania. Night 2. Okay, so that triple threat nut shot was uncalled for, Paul. I know. Hey, no. What got me was it wasn't the shot. It was more the going back and forth with the forearm in the nuts is what got me. It's like why'd you doing this? Like
Grinding his
he was
balls.
grinding it like he felt all of it on his.
It was in his elbow pit.
I swear, he was all up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Hell,
He was the weirdest nut shutter in my life. Let me get it there.
Happy Easter, Walter.
He made him feel nice. But anyway, the triple threat match for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, you got Io Sky versus Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Your winner and retained with Io Sky. I'm going to say this. The best match both nights by a long shot when it comes down to how they perform, the story, and everything that came. I love that match. Probably, in my opinion, the greatest women's wrestling match I've ever seen in my life. That's by far the best one I've ever seen. I can go back and watch that one 1,000,000 times and not get tired. Action packed all the way through. If you haven't seen it, if you had seen it, go back and watch that match one more time. And you tell me, do not look for mistakes. Just look at the continuity, the preciseness, just the understanding of how to work a triple threat. That's the best I've ever seen in my life.
And that's
And
one
I
of the
think that was
hardest
awesome.
matches to work.
Absolutely.
I will add that too. So yeah, they
Beautifully
shout out to
done.
all participants in that match.
Beautifully done. And then so we had the next match with the Sin City Street Fight. We had Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Your winner was Drew McIntyre. Not too much there to really harp on. Great match by both gentlemen. You had the Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental Championship. You got Dirty Dom Mysterio, Finn Balor, Penta, and their champion at the time was Braun Breaker. However, the new
You're a winner.
Intercontinental Champion is Dirty Dom Mysterio. Shout out to you, big dog. I love me some Dirty Dom.
I swear.
Excellent choice. The right thing to do.
That was definitely a perfect choice.
Right
man.
choice.
And I'm definitely happy with the direction they're going. It's crazy.
He's going to be the leader
Shout
of that
out.
group. Somebody, a great man, my trainer, Eric Roll, said something, a comment to say, like, think about Dominic Mysterio is the Rock was to the Nation of Domination once he won the Intercontinental title.
Oh man.
That's what I was like, perfect analogy.
That's
That's
insane.
exactly what happened because he got the people to get behind him.
Wow.
Then we had a surprise because Randy Orton challenged anybody in the locker room, and apparently he couldn't find nobody that had a big enough cojones in the WWE locker room, so that's kind of hilarious. But he went against say his name, and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. I love that song.
Shit
I love that.
Hey, when the mud spin around.
Oh, when he got the RKO.
Bro, that was perfect fucking time.
I'm going to go back and watch that.
Bro, I watched that shit like 5 or 6 times. I'm not even bullshit.
That's probably the best RKO of all time. Oh, well, it was the camera angle. He turned around with that Hendry. Bam, man, oh my God, bro. But no, what Hendry gets me is the face he makes. Like after he does that, he does the you guys. Like that.
Oh man, that was the moment.
I love Joe Hendry, man.
Like, it's something I really need.
He's so corny. It's funny. But anyway, shout out to him. We got AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Your winner was Logan Paul. Not too much to talk about there. Your women's WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. You had Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus the return and surprise of Becky Lynch and Laura Valkyrie. Your winner in the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. They will face Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan this Tuesday on the CW Network at 8 o'clock for the Tag Team Championships as well on NXT. Becky Lynch and Laura Valkyria. She is now Laura Valkyria is Laura 2 belts at this point. And then your undisputed WWE Championship matches. We winding down your winner and new record-setting all-time most heavyweight championship title wins and his final year of wrestling in WWE.
That's a
Jonathan Phoenix.
Oh, that's a bad boy.
Phoenix Cena. John Cena, everybody.
Man, I'm telling you.
And that wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go ahead and do something really quick as what we did last week on the show. We broke down and we did our predictions. So me coming into the show, still the predictions champion at the time.
Listen to him.
Let's go down and break it down. So we're looking at between the 2 nights of WrestleMania, we had a total, because we did not have Randy Orton's match in there at that time. because we did not know the opponent he was facing. Correct? Everybody can agree. So we had down the most possible amount of wins you could have got was 13 in our poll, right? Here are the numbers, and this is how it breaks down. With 7 correct answers. And third place is Snooty Foxx. All right.
Man.
Now, any words, sir? Any words?
I mean, I'll take my loss on the chin, just like I do in the ring. But I don't totally agree with what you just said.
Well, it's not about agreeing so much as what you predicted. Ladies and gentlemen, it's on here, okay? I didn't make this up.
My actual answers.
Oh, no, I wrote it down last week, so I got all the evidence. If you want to, hey, DC, see, we better have an HR on this show. But no, so in second place, with 9 total answers out of 13, Wavy Vegas. So, with that being said, with a person getting 11 out of 13 matches correct, you're a winner. And still, the prediction champion of the Knockout Hour podcast show is the one and only TK.
I'm taking it, Walt. Hey, I'm taking it. You know,
That's right.
I'm
That's right,
not going
Walt.
to admit it.
You know what
here.
the man is.
I'll talk to him about it after.
No, that's my time.
I'm celebrating with him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, the vibes are there.
That's my
Hey,
brother, though, so
all right.
I always will.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for enjoying the Knockout Hour. Before we wrap this show up, and we're about to go ahead and make sure we get all the socials and all that good stuff. Make sure if you ain't doing anything, check out my Facebook this week, next weekend, and I'll have the flyer up and all that. I will be going for the Gals Light Heavyweight Championship, May the 3rd. Or like we like to say at Wrestle, May the 4th be with you. But on May the 3rd, I will be wrestling Fruit Cave Arena at the Mason Jar Brewery. Come on out, show out. If you are coming out there, it's going to be a great time. There's hundreds of people out there. Bring your kids and them, bring your mom and them, bring plenty of money so you can buy my merchandise and my pictures and all that stuff. All right. If you want to catch up my social media, my name is Teddy Island on Facebook. My social is TKO336 on Facebook, Instagram. You may want to check me out as well on my YouTube. And then when it comes down to my company, it's Icon Professional Wrestling LLC. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and I'm going to go to fan base, so I'm going to work on that. Yes, sir. And Snooty Foxx, let them know where they can find you, my brother.
Devon Rigsby on Facebook. 2 G's, 2 E's.
For a real G.
I swear to God. Hey, Snooty Foxx. Hey, don't forget the extra X on the end. And just check me out, man. You know, I definitely will respond to any questions that I get or anything like that, man. Check us out. We out here.
Yes, sir. We out here. I'd like to say the main thing is, man, is WrestleMania week was phenomenal. I just think that is a great thing that we don't have an offset button in our industry. We don't have an all season. That being said, tonight, if you want to follow up on what happened, the hottest stories, because Paul Heyman, Killian Cross had plenty to say. Plenty to say in the state of what they think wrestling is to be right now. But I would say Paul Heyman, my boys on that part, we'll find out if he put and attached his trailer to the right horse. Let's see if he could be able to produce Seth Rollins into the champion he needs to be. Because to be realistic, out of all those guys in that triple threat, he needed to win the most. He needs Paul Heyman the most. So we will see the path these gentlemen will all go through, but I'm pretty sure we will see tonight. If you enjoyed everything tonight, ladies and gentlemen, please show us love. Please shout us out. Make sure you like, share, subscribe our show, and spread the good news. You'll be able to check us out on YouTube and all that, run the numbers up. And at the same time as well, we would like to thank you, everybody, as you're traveling down the roads. Make sure you get home safely. If you're at home, if you're out there overseas to the military, we love you guys. Thank you. Salute to you, ladies and gentlemen, out there for serving our country. And as always, come back next week for the Knockout Hour. We love you.
What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the pool is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got two tulies of my own, I don't need a gat.
Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop that you gonna have to go through both. The swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my